You are not a nice person. You're a people pleaser. People pleasing is an act of self-betrayal. How can you go out into this world and allow other people to control how you present yourself, how you dress, how you talk, your career? How can you allow other people to determine that for you? My experience, because I was once a people pleaser, and sometimes I still am, where you constantly have to ask other people for validation. I would constantly be like, does my makeup look okay? Does my outfit look okay? Did I do this correctly? Do you think I'm doing this the right way? Constantly asking for validation and needing that approval from somebody else. But then sometimes I just have to sit back and ask myself, Devin, no, that looks good. Your makeup looks good. You're dressed nice. Yeah, that's the right career path for you. Why are you constantly seeking validation from other people? And sometimes we do this without even noticing, but I've learned to kind of catch on and to catch myself whenever I am doing that people pleasing, seeking that validation from other people. Because a lot of times it's hard to catch yourself whenever you're doing it. So you've obviously clicked on this video for a reason, because you feel as if that you are a people pleaser, but you might not be too sure if you're a people pleaser or not. So here are some things that show that you are a people pleaser and that you are seeking external validation. The first sign that you are basically a people pleaser is you constantly are trying to act like other people in order to fit in. You're trying to act like the people around you in order to fit in. So if you are naturally just a quiet, introverted person, but once you get around someone who is really outgoing, very talkative, very confident, you automatically feel like you have to do that too. Another one is you avoid conflict at all costs. If someone is blatantly disrespecting you to your face, disrespecting you, talking to you any kind of way that they want, doesn't matter who they are, you allow them to talk down on you, allow them to walk all over you because you want to avoid conflict, because you want to keep the peace. But guess what? You're so busy trying to keep the peace with other people to the point where you're not even keeping the peace within yourself. Sometimes conflict is okay, so it's time to get comfortable with conflict. Another sign is you agree even whenever you disagree. Oh no, it's okay that we go to that restaurant knowing you've been to that restaurant 3 times and you've gotten food poisoning, or you don't like the waiters there because they have bad customer service, but you still agree to go because of the group. You don't even give no like, hey guys, I've been to that restaurant a couple of times and their food's really not that great. Let's not go. But instead you're like, yeah, let's go. Even if it's like a political stance. If you lean more on the Republican side, but as soon as you get around a lot of liberals, you automatically are like, oh yeah, no, I agree with that stance, even though you don't. Why are you doing that to yourself? Why do you do that to yourself? Is your opinion not good enough? What makes another person's opinion better than yours? They haven't lived your life. They haven't lived your experience. So why do you never listen to yourself? You always listen to somebody else. Another one is, and this is the one that I really struggled with, is you never accept credit or praise. I'm really bad with this, because whenever someone would be like, oh my gosh, Devin, your outfit looks so cute. You are so pretty today. I'm always like, no, I just threw this on. Like, no need to compliment me. It's fine. Like, I don't look that good. Why are you doing that to yourself? Like, why was I doing that? Like, I know I look good. I know my outfit looks cute. I know my makeup looks cute. I know my hair looks cute. Why don't I just accept it? Because a lot of times the reason why I wouldn't accept praise is because people would often be like, I had a boyfriend be like, don't compliment her. It's gonna make her head bigger than it already is. Okay? Whenever someone is pretty, whenever people are pretty, they often get shamed for knowing that they're pretty. I know I look pretty. I know I look good. I don't need someone else to tell me that, because I know that about myself. So you can never accept praise from anybody. Another sign that you are a people pleaser is you are always saying yes. You're always saying yes. Why are you always saying yes? No is not a curse word. No is not a bad word. Here's the thing. Whenever you say yes, because the reason why you say yes is because you don't want the other person you don't want to seem mean. Devin, she told me no, that she didn't want to come help me move. I don't like her anymore. She's not helpful. Why do you need those people in your life that do not respect your boundaries and do not respect whenever you tell them, no, I can't do that today, or no, I don't feel like doing it? No is an answer. You don't have to constantly show up to everything. If your friends invite you out to a restaurant or out to eat, you don't always have to go if you're not feeling like it. No is not a bad word. And here's the thing, whenever you say yes to something because you are so scared to tell people no, because you don't want to be perceived a certain way. You are so scared to say no to the point where whenever you say yes to something, you are unintentionally saying no to something else. If you say, hey, you want me to come help you clean, organize your home, or you want me to help you come organize your kitchen? Yeah, I can come. Knowing that you had told yourself, oh my God, this week was so long, I'm just gonna relax today on Sunday. So by you saying yes to go helping out your friend organize their kitchen or help them out, you are inadvertently saying no to yourself. People pleasing is an act of self-betrayal, and you're sitting there betraying yourself. You're so worried about someone else betraying you, you're over here doing the same thing to yourself. No is not a bad word. Let no be your default answer. No, no. Even when you want to do it, no. You need to start learning to say no. Another thing is, and I also struggle with this, you want everyone to like you even though you don't even like that person. How are you gonna sit here and be like, oh my God, I want Jessica to stop picking on me. I want her to like me. I want to be a part of that group. When you don't even like her. You don't even like Jessica. So why are you worried about it? Why do you want Jessica's validation? Why do you want her approval? You don't even like her yourself. That's another thing. Whenever I was in high school, I so desperately wanted to be a part of the popular girls group in high school. But then whenever I would get around them, they were so, what's the word? Boring. Like, they were so boring, and the things that they talked about was just topics that I just was not interested in. So if I don't even like them, if I don't even enjoy myself if I don't even enjoy being around them, then why do I hang out with them? Why if I don't even like them myself, why do I care if they like me? Because there's something about them that you want to be a part of, whether it be that they're very confident, because that's the thing about being, in the popular groups, is they're very confident. There's something about them that you want. There's just something about it that you want, whether it be that they have the confidence, or that they get a lot of attention, because you're seeking that. You're seeking that validation. And then there's another thing that I really struggled with. You're constantly asking other people to check your work. I did that with my fiance. Before I post a video, I'm like, can you watch this video? Does it look okay? Tell me, the things that I'm doing wrong. Why can't I see that for myself? Why do I have to get someone else's opinion? What makes this other person's opinion so much more valuable than your own? You know what looks good. You know what you like. If there's something that you're just like, I can't put my finger on it, there's something I'm missing, let me get a second opinion, that's fine. But if you know that your work is good, why are you seeking validation from other people, or from your family, or from your friends, or from your husband? Why do you need someone to constantly check your work? You're looking for that validation. It's time to start validating yourself. So overall, a person who is a people pleaser, you feel a strong urge to try to please other people, even at your own expense. You might feel like your wants and your needs just don't matter, or you just alter your personality to fit in. I'm gonna say this, and I really want this to resonate with you guys, so that way you can stop beating yourself up because everyone doesn't like you. Here's the thing, everyone is not going to like you. You don't even like everyone. You're gonna spend all this time trying to get validation from everyone, and it's not gonna happen. So if you're looking to be 100% perfect and for everyone to like you, it's not gonna happen. Stop doing it now. It's not gonna work. Everyone's not gonna like you. You don't even like everyone. You could say, like, what did I do for him to not like me? He's ghosting me. He hasn't texted me back in 5 hours. Like, he doesn't like me. He never takes me out on dates. Reframe that and be like, I like myself. And to be honest with you, if he's not gonna respect me enough to text me back or take me on dates or buy me flowers or chocolate, then that's not someone I want in my life. If he doesn't respect me or respect my time, then I have no respect for him. Period, who? It's almost like a, who do you think you are type of thing. Like, look at me, I look good. Why wouldn't you want to text me back? If he doesn't have that respect for you, don't give him the time of day, and that's on period. Because guess what? There is gonna be a guy out there who will give you the time of day. And you know what? If there's not a guy out there who will give you the time of day, you give yourself the time of day. You love yourself. You take yourself on dates. You buy yourself flowers. They making robot companions nowadays. So if you're looking for someone to go to bed with, there you go. You might need to spend a little pretty penny, but they got teddy bears you can cuddle up with at night. So you might be asking, okay, Devin, I get it. I'm a people pleaser. How do I stop being a people pleaser? Don't worry, I got you. I got you. The thing with being a people pleaser means you have no boundaries. So now it's time to sit back and say to yourself, okay, what are my boundaries? What are some things that people cannot cross? And you might not have even known this, but there are 7 7 types of boundaries. So we're gonna go over all of them. And when we go over all of them, I want you to think, is this a boundary that I have for myself? And you hold on to that boundary. So 1, there are physical boundaries. For me, sometimes I don't want to be touched, okay? But on the other hand, I am a very touchy-feely person. There are people who do not like to be hugged, do not like to be touched, whether it be just their personal preference or some type of like childhood trauma that they might have had. So some people have like boundaries where it's just like, don't hug me, don't touch me, don't hold my hand, I don't want you touching me, period poo. And then there are sexual boundaries. Sexual boundaries, an example of that would be like, I like to be touched like this, or I don't like it whenever you are rough. That's a sexual boundary. Another boundary is emotional and mental boundaries. That could sound something like, I don't feel safe or comfortable talking about this topic, or I don't like it whenever you talk to me that way in front of my friends and family. So emotional boundaries create an emotional safety net so that way people respect your feelings. It could also look something like not oversharing a lot of personal information. And that's the thing, not everyone needs to know your business. Not everyone needs to know what you did last night. Number 4, spiritual or religious boundaries. This could look something like you might be talking to a guy and you find out that he's atheist. That might be a boundary for you where you're like, no, I need to be with someone who believes in something, you know, a higher power, a God. That could be a boundary for you. Or it could be I always pray before I eat. That could be something. Or it could be, hey, I know you invited me out this Sunday or this Saturday, but I typically go to church between these 2 times, so I won't be able to make it. Number 5, there are financial and material boundaries. This could look something like your friend is inviting you out to a hookah bar where the drinks are like $20 and the meals are $50, really expensive. You could be like, listen, I'm on a budget right now. I can't afford to go. You don't have to say you can't afford it. Just be like, I'm on a budget right now. I'm not looking to spend that kind of money. I won't be able to make it. Let me know if you want to find somewhere else to go. Period. That's an answer. That's an answer. And as I'm going through these boundaries, we will figure out ways if they do come at you and it's like, oh, well, why don't you just come? Like, come on now. We're gonna work on that, okay? We're gonna learn. I'm gonna talk to you about how to respond in those situations. The 6th boundary is time boundaries. Basically saying, hey, listen, after 6 o'clock, I reserve that time to spend time with my family. Or, hey, between 2 and 4, I spend this time to study. That means don't text me, don't call me. If I don't answer the phone, don't get mad that I'm not answering the phone. Someone who doesn't have time boundaries is someone who, like, they have something scheduled or they always do something at a certain time, and then as soon as someone else comes up with another activity or event, they automatically will be like, oh yeah, I can go, it's fine. Oh, don't you have that prior commitment? No, it's fine, I can cancel it. I can do that another time. Now, the 7th boundary is the non-negotiable boundary. What are your non-negotiable boundaries? A boundary where if someone breaks it, that's the end. That's it. This could be is, if you cheat on me, that's it. That's a non-negotiable boundary for you. Or it could be something like, Mom, if you continue to try to straighten my daughter's curly hair, she will not be coming over to your house anymore. Non-negotiable boundary. You have to put these boundaries up and let people know this is my boundary, and if you break it, these are the consequences. And if they understand your boundary and they understand the consequences of breaking said boundary and they still break it, you don't need them in your life. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if you've been friends with them for 10 years. It doesn't matter if you've been married to them for 20 years. It doesn't matter if it's your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. They obviously didn't have enough respect to respect your boundary. What makes you think you're just gonna allow them to come back into your life? That just shows that you don't respect yourself. You put these boundaries up and they still break them. They obviously didn't care enough about you. So if you are like me, I need examples. So I'm gonna show you some examples using my girl, Penny. Hey girl.
Hey Devin, hey subscribers. Thank you for having me today.
Me and her are gonna show you some examples of what it looks like to set boundaries and to not people please. Hey Penny, oh my god, I am so stressed out. I'm sorry I'm telling you this last minute, but I really need your help with moving. I'm moving across town and I just need help with packing up some boxes and organizing.
I wish I could help you move. However, this week I have been feeling like I need some mental recharging, so I won't be able to help you move.
Oh girl, come on, it's not that big of a deal. It'll just take like 10 minutes, I promise.
I appreciate that, but even though it won't take too long, I still don't have the mental capacity or energy to spend time helping you move. I hope you understand my need to get some rest.
Oh my gosh, Penny, I've been looking for you everywhere. I know I just gave you 2 projects last week to work on, but I need you to work on this other thing because Jessica's gonna be out on vacation this week and I really need your help.
While I would be happy to help, I do have a lot of other projects on my plate already, and I want to ensure I'm not spreading myself too thin.
I understand that I gave you a lot of work, but I really need you to get this done.
While I understand the importance of this project, I've been having some trouble keeping up with the amount of things on my plate already. If we could take other projects off my plate, I'm confident that I could place more attention to the ones that are top priority. That way I can exceed my goals in working to advance the company.
Penny, are you really gonna wear that today? No, I'm sorry, that dress just does not look good on you right now. You might need to change.
While I understand that you don't like my attire, I am still going to wear this dress because I feel good in it and that's all that matters.
I understand that you like it, but aren't you afraid that other people are gonna look at you kind of weird with wearing a dress that short?
I don't allow others' opinions to dictate how I choose to show up in my world. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go.
So now that I've shown you some ways to set boundaries with other people, and here's the thing, even though I have shown you these boundaries and how to respond to people who do not respect your boundary, if they still don't respect your boundary, you do not need them in your life. Guess what? No is an answer. Even if you don't want to say all of that, no is an answer. No. Hey, can you help me out with going to the store today and help me pick out groceries?
No.
You don't need to explain why. No is an answer. So it's up to you. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what are some boundaries that you have in place for yourself? And once you set those boundaries, you stick to them. One of my boundaries is I do not allow people to interrupt me. If someone interrupts me, if I'm talking and someone talks over me, especially intentionally, I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry, I was speaking, and then continue on. Because what you're not gonna do is speak over me. Another boundary that I have is I do not go out with my friends whenever I need a mental break. If I'm not feeling well and I need a day to just sit on the couch, eat popcorn, and watch Netflix, that's what I'm gonna do. So start setting boundaries with yourself, because if you do not set boundaries with yourself, how can you expect other people to respect those boundaries if you don't even set them for yourself or stick to them? The people who don't respect your boundaries are the people who benefit from you having none. So you're allowing other people to benefit off of you? Really? Okay then. I understand this is going to make you uncomfortable the first couple of times. I get it. It's going to make you uncomfortable. But you need to learn that you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I promise you, the more you set your boundaries and the more you say no and the more you respect yourself and stick to those boundaries, the more it's going to become easier. It'll become easier the more you do it. But if you don't start setting these boundaries and you do not start telling people no, then you're never going to get better at it. Anything that you do. If you don't do things consistently, you're never going to get better at it. There are 2 different ways that you can communicate your boundaries. You can either do it more assertively or you can do it more kind and more calm. So someone who communicates their boundaries in a more assertive way, they'll normally just be like, no, I'm not doing that. No. It's an answer, no. And someone who communicates it more calm, they'll normally give kind of like an explanation as to why they can't do something. But you don't always have to do it that way. You don't always have to be kind, you do not always have to give an explanation. And I'm gonna close this video out with just one other thing. Your idea of being a bitch is not actually being a bitch. You are so nice and you are such a people pleaser that your idea of being a bitch is not really a bitch. You are so nice to people that even if you are being your version of a bitch, you are still a lot nicer than the people who are actually being a bitch. You're like way up here, okay? But when you set your boundaries, you think you're like right here on like the bitch meter, when you're really like right here. Anyways, that's it for today. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment on my video. Let me know what your boundaries are. So thank you guys for coming to my video. Let me know in the comments what boundaries you have set for yourself, or if you have struggled with people pleasing, or if you still struggle with people pleasing. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and remember, no is an answer.